So if you've been anywhere near social media today, you will know that Krazy Horse have partnered with Indian Motorcycle to bring a very exclusive brand experience and on High Street Kensington in West London. And Rocco, I've convinced Rocco, twisted his arm, to give me sort of the rundown of the place, the bikes, what's happening this week at the show. Rocco, thank you very much for your time.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Great. And you've been open today, or has it been open?
So we've kind of been soft open for the last few weeks. It's been a bit of a work in progress with certain permissions and things to get ourselves up and running. We've had bikes in here for the last few weeks. People have been coming in and out as and when they've wanted to. Signage only went up a few weeks ago, so a few people wanted to know if it was a pop-up store, if it was something that's going to be permanent. Obviously, everyone knows this as the Bristol Cars showroom, which we've kind of used to advantage, really, 'cause it's a bit of a landmark. So a lot of people have been popping in, really pleased to see that there's something going on here, that it's, it's a bit of buzz, it's vibrant, and just, it's not kind of empty like it used to be.
Yeah, you're in a great location, right? So straight on, it took me 20-25 minutes from the M3. So I live in Richmond area. Really easy to get to. And you say we've got this floor and we've got downstairs. You're going to have some bike parking as well?
Yeah, so bike parking's not quite ready yet, but we'll have some customer parking. We should be able to get sort of a dozen, 15 bikes out where our customer parking is. But because we're in the Hilton Hotel here, they're doing some renovations at the moment, so that's all part of that. So we're working with them quite closely just to make sure everything kind of goes smoothly, but that'll be a bit of a work in progress. But yeah, the location's fantastic. When I first heard about this place, as soon as they mentioned where it was going to be, it was like, it's going to be fantastic. Everyone, the amount of people that come past here, we're on a main vein in and out of town. Everyone sees it from the road. The footfall we get here, both on foot and also with the cars that go past. So many people have been, passing by, and then we've seen comments on social media. So it's all been, it's all kind of doing the job.
And it's a great time to have sort of a more brand experience focused venue rather than just a shop. And that was obviously done on purpose to give people the feel of the bikes.
Yeah, so Indian wanted something that was going to be a standalone, and they've got something similar to this in Paris, which is another one they've got in Europe. From our point of view as Krazy Horse, who runs this place, we've already got 3 other dealerships where Indian is a very prominent manufacturer for us. It's one of our busier brands, as well as MV and Fantic, and we've done a bit with Norton and some other stuff. But they wanted something that was going to be a standalone. We wanted to have that basically as Krazy Horse. We didn't want anyone else doing it. We've already got our place in South East London, so now we've kind of got London sort of fairly buttoned up. But yeah, a whole Indian brand experience centre, which is what this is, having all of the models available. We're going to have a fleet of demonstrators here as well, so everyone will be able to come along, experience what Indian's got. And again, a kind of iconic brand coming back to the UK in a little bit more, with a little bit more presence in a location like this. We just thought was too good to pass up.
And we'll go around the different levels in a minute and show sort of the experience downstairs. Very different feel from upstairs and downstairs. And you've got all the fleet, sort of the sort of studio up here with all the bikes. And you're at the MCN show this weekend. Is it going to be a replicated version of this there, or how's that going to work?
That's the hope. So it's going to be the stand, unlike what we had going on in December at the NEC, because it's the London show and because it's sort of our coming out party, if you like. It's going to be Indian Motorcycle London in terms of the branding. Us, as in Krazy Horse, are going to be with Indian Motorcycles. We're going to have one big stand. We're going to have a lot of our custom bits and pieces here as well. So we're going to have just one great big stand, really, and it's going to be for us and our Welling branch because, it's all kind of coincided with the launch.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, it's great. I mean, I saw the notification this morning. I didn't know anything about it, and then zipped straight down. So it proves that access is really, really easy as well. In terms of the key bikes you're going to show, I mean, we'll go around the bikes in a second, but are there any sort of marquee products that you're showing this weekend?
So the custom stuff for Krazy Horse is going to be quite prominent. On the Indian side of the stand, because we've just literally last week, we actually delayed our launch to today because last week they were launching the Scout Rogue. So we're then going to have 4 models in the Scout range. The first one of which is going to be visible to customers at the show this weekend. So anyone who's been inquiring, we've been saying to them, look, get yourself into the London show because there's going to be a Scout Rogue available to see. I believe MCN have already done their review on it. They've kind of got exclusive rights to have the first review. So everyone saw that last Tuesday. And then, with us kind of following it up a week behind, that will be kind of the 2 main focuses is, us being here, the new Rogue, and then, Krazy Horse promoting what they can do on a separate side of things in terms of, the custom work.
Yeah, great. And okay, so we'll have a look around a couple of the bikes, if that's all right. And it's good education for me. I'm probably your prime market at the moment because I'm going from first bike into bigger second bike. So treat me treat me like that customer. So the big one, Rocco, that I saw straight away when I pulled up at the lights here was obviously this gleaming red variant, which looks very different to the others. But tell me a bit about the
It
Scout.
does. So this is the Scout Bobber, second kind of up the ladder of Scouts, if you like. A bit more contemporary, blacked out, a bit more, kind of aggressive than the standard Scout. Unfortunately, we've been talking about this. The Indy Red was a last year colour.
Okay.
It's still available on the Challenger range, which is one of the big tourer bagger, bikes. You can still get it on that, but unfortunately can't get it on the Scout anymore. So this is a 2021 model. Once this one's gone, there'll be not many of them about. So yeah, we've been saying how fantastic it looks sort of in the showroom, and you're not on your own. A lot of people have said the same thing.
It's a real pull. It's a real pull.
Yeah, because I think with all the blacked out wheels, the cowl, the matte black features on the engine, exhaust, everything like that, and then having something sort of quite bright to pop. We think really works quite well. It's a shame you've not got this still available. But then again, because Krazy Horse can do the custom work, if somebody wanted, for example, to buy something like that and then do a bright red tank, we could do that relatively easily.
Okay.
The costs aren't particularly high. And as you can see with this one here, that's a full custom job, you can quite easily keep a lot of the black features if you want, and then just pick out the tank and do something different. And it really sets it off. And I say, you're talking maybe £300-400 worth of work.
Does that extend delivery times as well? Of some
not necessarily. I mean, it may do. But again, if you're going to get the bike that you want, because obviously we've got the network with Krazy Horse here, that we've got the 3 workshops, because we don't have one here. But because we've got the 3 other dealerships, we've then obviously got 3 other... We've got kind of 3 other sort of folders of people we can work with in terms of people who can customise, do paint work, different parts. So wherever the bike is, we get it done and then get it here for somebody. So, it shouldn't delay too long if you're going to get the right thing.
So this is sort of Scout corner of the store.
Yeah.
And so I'm sort of 6'3" I was looking at the Scout. Is the Scout someone that would suit a taller rider as well?
You can do. I mean, it's got a notoriously low seat height, which is one of the selling points about it, because obviously for a beginner, for a reasonably heavy bike, being able to flat foot on these, which pretty much everyone can do, means that it's not particularly intimidating. So anyone can just jump on this and get on with it. For someone who's a bit taller, because you've got the feet forward controls, then you should be able to kind of stretch out and still feel comfortable. Again, there might be an element of adjustment with these, with the controls, with the bars, depending on what you like. The Rogue, for example, will probably suit you a little bit better because it comes with a set of 8 bars.
Okay.
So you might find that then that position just might be a little bit better for you. But yeah, there's endless kind of customization with them. So
the Scout is probably the bike I see most often on the road. Is it probably the biggest seller for the UK, do you think?
It is currently, because it's been going the longest, but I would say the FTR, which is our sort of sports muscle bike, that's not been around for as long. But I would say certainly at the shows, that gets a lot of interest and it gets a lot of people through the door who otherwise might not look at Indian. Say maybe the sports bike guys looking for something a bit more comfortable maybe, but they want something with, still have the performance. Yeah. They wouldn't necessarily look to this straight away, and that's a good kind of bridge for them to get into the brand.
Yeah, well, should we go over to the FTR? And I have to admit, this definitely caught my eye. I'm on a sort of a modified bike at the moment. It's got a sort of a flat tracker look, and this, as a second bike though, for me, I'm thinking it might be a little bit too much in terms of power. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it is more powerful than a lot of what we have here in terms of its BHP and its torque figures. 120 plus brake horsepower. It's lighter. It's more agile. You've got a slightly higher riding position than what most people are used to and what we've got. But I mean, for someone of your height, you'd probably find this really easy to live with. I can flat foot on this, no problem, and it's not, it's more than comfortable.
What's the seat height on this? It's about 835, something like that, I think.
I'd have to double check that.
Sorry to put you on the spot there with seat heights.
We do, and we do a rally version as well, which is kind of like a scrambler style, which is a little bit higher. So people who are a little bit taller and like the look of it, because that is, wire wheels, brown seat, let's say kind of scrambler sort of look about it. That's a little bit taller. so can suit the people who are a little bit taller and prefer that riding position.
Yeah, so I won't start off on this one.
No, although we've ridden that around the showroom, so you can do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's plenty of adults who've been
We'll
riding
cut
those
that
around.
for health and safety. So this is
So this is the Chief.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the newest bike that we've got.
Okay.
So this was replaced sort of last year. So every one of these that comes through now is 2022. So this is an air-cooled bike, kind of the bigger brother, if you like, to the Scout. Similar sort of format in terms of this is the standard Scout, Chief Dark Horse. You've then got the Chief Bobber, which has wire wheels, slightly fatter tyres, higher bars. And then you've got the Super Chief, which is just behind you over there. So those are the three models within that family.
Right.
So you've got really 140 plus newton meters of torque, air cooled. They don't even actually print the BHP figures because they are somewhere around the Scout levels. They're in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it's all about the low down torque. It's all about the grunt. They're a kind of heavyweight cruiser. They've got quite a nice bit of tech. So you've got digital dash on these as well. So that gives you sat nav, phone controls, media playback. But what's nice about it is it looks like a normal kind of traditional dash. You don't have the great big screens that some people don't particularly.
Yeah, and this is the sort of more tourer focused.
So version. You can strip down everything you've got on there if you want to. One of my colleagues at our place up in Oxford, he runs one of these as a demo, and he loves the chrome engine as it is, but he takes off the windshield, takes off the bags, and so he has the wire wheels, the footboards, has it, kind of a sort of stripped down version.
I quite like this version. I actually really like the screen. I'm not.
We
really
all
a big
do,
fan,
the kind of old-fashioned sort of police bike
chips
look.
style.
Exactly. Yeah, quite a few people like the look of that. And again, you can change it as and when you want to. If you want to, you can take the bags off, take the screen off, and really kind of use it for whatever you want.
Yeah, nice to have the footboards as well.
Yeah, it's not something like a Roadmaster or a Chieftain that is, you're really committing to a big heavy bike all the time. With this, you kind of get the best of both.
So you've got sort of the Scout, which is maybe a bit more city focused and small distance. You've got then the step up with this in terms of tourer, and then you go on to sort of the Roadmaster for the long hauls, right?
That's right. That's probably where they will sit. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've sold these to people who run around town in them, and it does work. But I would say most of the time, your sort of traditional like bar hopper, if you like, would be the Scout. The Chief can do that as well in that sort of format. And then if you want to go touring, you can add bits on, because obviously the same with the Dark Horse. You can add a windscreen onto that if you want. You can add bags onto that if you want. If you like the wheels and you like the styling of it. So you can kind of customise them to suit it.
What do you think is going to be the most popular bike here for your position here?
Like I said, I think Scouts, because of their their price point, the fact that they're, quite easy to just get on and ride. They're not particularly intimidating for all different types of riders. I'd have no problem someone coming straight in who's sort of not been riding very long, not full of experience. Like I say, most people throw a leg over one of those and they're pretty confident straight away. And then I think the FTR, purely because there's nothing really like it on the market, certainly from the American manufacturers, that bike has been missing for quite a long time, whether it be from us or anyone else. We haven't had that for a long time, and a lot of people, as I say, they kind of gravitate to that at the show and then go, oh, it's an Indian, what else do you do?
Sure.
So I think without that bike, there'd be quite a large area of the market that wouldn't even come in.
Yeah, it's a nice crossover between the sport guys and the cruiser guys, isn't it, as well? So it's a nice first step into, if you're a sports guy and you want to cross over into cruiser. It's nice.
What we've found, and I found this when I was at the NEC show, is that you'll find people they get to a point with sports bikes and they always want the performance and they don't want to walk away from that too much. But coming in somewhere like this and going on to a traditional cruiser is a bit of a step too far for them. That is a good kind of hybrid, because you can jump on one of those, you get all the performance that you would probably be used to and realistically can use, but then also they've got the touring ability. Nick Sanders took one to Istanbul and back before Christmas. We had that bike at the NEC show. I think he did it inside a week and a half, and loaded it up with bags, tank bag, panniers, had a little windscreen on that, did the job, and he was more than happy with it. So it can kind of do a bit of everything.
Cool. Okay, so we'll have a look downstairs now. If that works. So heading downstairs, a very different feel to the whole store. So what's the intention with this space?
So this was never in use by Bristol. It was just a bit of an archive room, really. And yeah, when we kind of got down here, cleaned it up, we sort of realised that actually this has got the sort of flavour that we want that goes with the Indian dealerships. So in the UK, we're the first people to get a lot of the new customer interface. So a lot of the new furniture, it's the first time you're going to see it anywhere in the UK. The signage, the chairs, everything, and it all just kind of works. Got the bare concrete floors, we left them alone. Same as the bare brick. Obviously, we put up a lot of the new, like I say, a lot of the new media and everything to put on the walls is all new. But yeah, it just really worked with what we were trying to achieve. And compared to upstairs, it's a bit more neutral and clean, kind of all about the bikes, which is what Indian want. Down here, for the apparel and the accessories, you do have a bit more free rein to kind of do as you like. And yeah, it just works really well.
It's got that feel where it's got like my ideal garage type feel.
Yeah, it's got that sort of kind of club feel, man cave. We wanted, again, people to know that it was down here, so we put the sign up. We're referring it to the vault. That's going to be, what it is down here, and on our web page, it's what we refer to it as. But yeah, we want people to come down, hang out, and yeah.
And I suppose this lends itself to more the experience piece as well, because often you go into a showroom, you feel pressured to walk around and then leave. Where this felt, coming in here today, and I didn't say hello. You said that you had downstairs available, and immediately I feel like I can take my time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got, there's a bit of seating down here. It is kind of relaxed, quite intimate. Yes, there's things to buy, and obviously we'd like it if people come in and purchase some stuff. But yeah, it's really kind of the lifestyle side of what Indian does and what it represents is really down here.
And do you think you'll have hold events here as well and talks?
Yeah, that's the plan. So when we do have, kind of press launches, anything that we're going to do effectively, either through Indian or Krazy Horse. So we've got the Guy Martin Wall of Death bike here, which is going to be, I think, a permanent feature. Should be here all the time. So that's here for people to see. We've also got, on the other side, one of the Krazy Horse flat track race bikes. That we've got. That's, again, going to sort of live here. And then we've also got over in the other corner, one of Indian's flat track Scout 750 race bike.
Okay, yeah, let's go and have a look at that one.
Yeah, so that's again quite rare. That's the only place you can see one of those at the moment.
Yeah, so this has been really stripped back, right, as well?
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite nice as well, where people want to come in and they can see the FTR upstairs. And certainly in the FTR carbon guise that's in the window, a lot of people then can say, oh, what's this based on? And we can say, well, actually, come downstairs, see the 750 race bike. That's where it's all kind of derived from. That's the styling, even to the point of the little electric kids bike. That's all based on this. So it's all part of it. So having this here really just gives people get some right. Yeah.
And have you got any sort of dates planned at the moment, or is it all very flexible at the moment until you know what's going on after the show?
So yeah, we're sort of taking as it comes. I know we do have a calendar of events that we will do that we probably would have done as Krazy Horse anyway. What we do have, obviously, is the show come up this weekend. That's going to be, like I say, a bit of a coming out party for us. Then when we get into March, I believe we're looking at a press launch. I don't know a date just yet, but we will have, a party of some kind to invite everyone along to. And then after that, we'll just kind of build it into the Krazy Horse calendar. And then also, because we're now in a new location, it's our job here to try and get involved in what people are doing locally, any other events we weren't necessarily involved in before, and just kind of get ourselves kind of into the fabric of the area, really.
And in terms of sort of bit logistics, in terms of opening times, is it Monday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday?
So we do Tuesday to Saturdays, the same as the rest of the Krazy Horse dealers. The one up in Bury, because it's got the cafe, it's open on a Sunday as well, because they have that a bit more of a sort of club kind of hangout. What we're doing is we're doing 10 till 6 here, just purely because of the location. 9 to 5, it's a bit sleepy that early, and we'd rather be here a little bit later. So yeah, we're doing 10 till 6, Tuesday to Saturday at the moment. Sundays might be something that...
Sure, Sundays for riding.
Yeah, exactly. But we also want, if this becomes somewhere where people want to ride to, and certainly once we've got the parking situation sorted out so people can spend a bit of time here, then, we're open to that.
Yeah,
so
it becomes more of a destination then as well.
Yeah, and we don't mind that. It's sort of, it's good in really because the size of the place and where we are, you couldn't have hundreds and hundreds of people parking up here every weekend. It wouldn't allow for it. But then, 15, 20 people at a time wouldn't be that bad. And it's manageable and it's not something we're against.
Okay. Rocco, thank you so much for taking me around. Really appreciate it. I really hope the show goes well this weekend. I might pop down and see you there, but I'm sure you're going to be extremely busy. I see stuff was already sold up on the showroom floor.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's the hope.
Yeah, so I wish you all the best and thank you so much for taking the time out.
Brilliant.
Really
Thanks for coming in.
appreciate it. Thank you.